Hi, chat. How is chat? How is everybody? Hello. I got Pride makeup. And I've got this behind me. Hi. I'm wearing headphones, by the way. How is everybody? I'm doing pretty good today. I'm definitely not feeling as run down. My makeup does not look very good in this camera, I'll be honest. I am a little sniffly. And I can't really hear anything with these in. I feel like I'm shouting. But yeah, we got the cool pride flag behind me. Got the rainbow lights. And I have these lights on, but I figured I might do my... Ooh. Oh, hold on, let me focus. There we go. I think this looks better, personally. Oh, we got a little bit of lag. It's fine. It's fine. So, we're ranking and reviewing Target's Pride collection today. So before we start, I'm gonna talk about how this is gonna work, because I know everyone kind of does it differently. A lot of content creators do this every year. This is the way I'm gonna be doing it. So I've set up a tier list.
Is you LGBT because your gun pink?
Yes. I did add a new sound redeem. So here's everything. As you can see, I've moved myself up to this corner and made myself kind of small. You don't really need to see my face. Okay. So we've got the... Yeah! We've got the... Could there not be an ad right now? I'm gonna snooze them. We've got the item I'll be reviewing down in the corner, in which I'm actually going to... If you'll give me a second, I'm gonna...
Being guest on my podcast?
Oh, Lord. I'm gonna take it and make a bigger version. That I can turn on and off. Let me go ahead and find a... Turn a toggle for that one. Okay, hotkeys. Okay, that should be for just this, I think. Yeah, okay. Cool, hold on. I should have set this up beforehand, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. We're just gonna do this. So now if I do this...
You got game on your phone?
It's not working. Never mind, we'll do it manually. It's whatever. Anyways. So we got the tier list here, and we've got the image there in the corner and in the front. I'll show it big for like a few seconds, and then we'll have it down there. And then we got the tier list. You got game on your phone? You got game on your phone? Okay. The way I'm ranking these is there's a couple different factors that go into it. One is, would I wear it or use it or display it? Would I wear it, use it, display it, depending on what the item is, because it's not all clothing. Essentially, would I buy it? And then furthermore, would it be ironically or unironically? Like, would I wear it as a joke or use it as a joke or display it as a joke? Or would I display sincerely because I like it? So that's a factor. And just also a factor is, does it look good just in general? Do I think it's well designed? This is all subjective, of course. It's just my opinion. Y'all are welcome to have your own opinions.
You got game on your phone?
Oh boy, I shouldn't have added that. You're welcome to have your own opinions on each of the items. These are simply just my opinions and my rankings. I can make this into a proper tier list if you guys want to do it yourself. I can do that after stream. And I'll put it up on my Twitter if you guys want this to be an actual tier list. I think that's kind of all the criteria. If it looks good and whether I would purchase the item. So, okay. So the first one we've got here is, and also, oh yeah, also, is it worth the price? Is it worth the price is another one, which is why I included the price on all of these. Is it worth the price? So this one is listed as Pride Adult Short Sleeve #love t-shirt. It's listed as $15. Gonna give you guys a second to kind of look at it before I move it to the bottom there. Okay, here we go. So, okay. Looking at it, I don't think it's that bad. It could certainly be a lot worse for Pride merch. I've certainly seen a lot worse. So I think appearance-wise, it's pretty cute. I would probably wear it. Maybe if I was skinnier, because it looks like that type of shirt, the way that they fit is kind of weird and tight. So, yeah, for $15, I think it's completely reasonable, honestly, with how expensive shirts can be these days. To have one with a design like this be $15 is just pretty reasonable. Would I buy it? At my current size, probably not. But if I were a skinnier person, then yeah, I would wear it and buy it. 100%. In terms of what I rank it, I think it's a solid A. Got an ad coming. I think I'd rank this a solid A. It's not quite S tier. I'm sure there's better. But it's also not awful. So, it's pretty good. I think it's definitely not the worst design I've seen, and I like it. There is an ad coming, and there's not much I can do about it, so I'm just gonna yap until it comes. My mouth is so dry these days. Oh my god, and I'm also so sniffly. I think I have like allergies or something. Hopefully my Pride makeup can be seen. Can you guys even like see the makeup? Get ad coming. Not, I guess. I don't know. Guess what? Continue on. Next up, we have this bag. Okay. So. Okay. I see what they were going for. I see what they were going for with this bag. I'll be honest. I just think the execution... Oh. This is an ad. Ad break. Sorry, guys. not wearing a hat today. It's weird. It's very weird that I'm not wearing a hat. I'm just kind of fiddling with stuff that's over here. Until the ad is over. We can move on. It's almost over. Welcome back, ad viewers. Welcome back. Alright, so as I was saying, I see what they were going for with this. The execution is just not there. The colors. I don't understand why there's pink and brown. Like, if they're trying to do the progress flag, then maybe, I guess, but why do cows have hooves? Why? Why do they have hooves? Because they're lactose. If they're trying to do the progress flag, if that's what they're going for,
emotional damage.
If that is what they're going for, I think the execution of it is pretty poor. It kind of feels like the pink and the brown were an afterthought. Like, if they're meant to represent the trans and black and brown stripes of the progress flag, I think it was just not executed as well as it could have been. I definitely would like it more if it was just rainbow, or, you know, like, I think this was just not the thing to try and make the progress flag. And for $20, it just looks like something that would fall apart really easily. It doesn't look very well made. You know, I really, it's kind of sad because it's a cute idea, but the execution is just not there. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to give this a D. It's just not there for me, and I'm sorry. I don't know. It could be better. It could be a lot better. Okay, next up we have this thing. I don't know why these are here. There's a couple of them. And then, like, stuff that goes with them. I don't really understand what they're meant to be. I mean, it's a bird, but I don't see how this relates to pride. And, like, they're cute, but I wouldn't buy it. I don't think I would even gift it to somebody. Unless they really like birds. I don't see this being pride related. I don't see what about this is pride. So I don't understand why it belongs in the pride collection. I don't understand, like, what about pride it's meant to represent. For $5, I guess that's a good price for it, but in terms of, like, the actual item itself, I wouldn't buy it, even ironically. So I'm afraid this has to go into F, which you can't even see because the picture is blocking it, but it's going into F. Sadly. Moving on, we have the other bird that is available. And again, I don't really see how this is pride. I don't really understand. It's not like a toy. Not really. You wouldn't give this to kids because it looks like a decoration, not really a toy. So I guess I just don't see the purpose of it. Maybe somebody in the chat will know. Maybe someone on YouTube when this is uploaded to the VOD channel. Hi, YouTube viewers. Maybe one of them will know. I don't really understand it. I don't get how this is Pride. Don't have really much to say about it, so once again, this is going to go into F tier. Next up, we have something that goes with them, which is this fabric cabana. So I'm guessing it's meant to be kind of like a beach theme or whatever. And I think the item on its own is cute. It's definitely got the rainbow, the pride theme going there. Once again, we have the inclusion of brown and pink. But I think it works better here. I think if it wasn't the birds that it went with, it would be higher up for me. In terms of would I buy it, if it was for something else, maybe. I could see myself buying it and putting like a figurine in there or something. I don't know. I think it could be cute. But for $8, it definitely looks like an $8 item. I think the price is definitely justified here. But because it's associated with the birds, I'm going to have to put it into D tier. It's not quite an F tier, but it's definitely not anything higher than a D. Next we have the charcuterie board. As you can see, it's got a 1-star review. So, someone who bought it already didn't like it, and I have to sadly agree. I've never used a charcuterie board, so I can't really give much of an opinion in that regard. But in terms of aesthetics, it's just a piece of wood with a cringy quote on the bottom. It's giving charcuterie. I think it would be funny as a gag gift, as like a haha funny to your gay friends or your queer friends, but I cannot see it being something that you would use unironically. I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't use it regardless because I don't do charcuterie boards, but you know. I think it's lazy. I think it's just, I mean, in fairness, all of the Pride collection is a cash grab. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. It's all about the money for all of these corporations, and we know that. But this especially just feels like they didn't even try, like it was a very last minute thing. And I certainly wouldn't spend $20 on this over just a regular one. It looks cheap and lazy. If I could put it lower than F, I would, but since I can't, we're gonna put it in F tier. Alright, next we have this doormat. Safe space doormat. Now, I actually really like this. I've obviously seen all these before. I had to take screenshots and stuff and put them all in a folder and put them in here. But I actually do really like this. I like the design. You can't really see much of the texture unless you look really up close, but from what I can tell, it's just like a nice, seems like a, not like a super good quality, but like a decent quality doormat, one that you could definitely use. It is, 1 foot 5 inches by 2 feet 5 inches. So it's decent sized. It would fit most doorways, I feel like. And I mean, I personally, I'm not sure if I would buy it simply because of the way my grandparents are, but if I had my own place, I would not be opposed to buying this. And for $15, that 100%, that is a very good price for this. I like the colors. I like how they're kind of muted and not so like bright. It definitely works with like the font that they've used. I really like just the like how it's composed. I really like all the elements and how they come together. So I wouldn't say this is quite an S tier, but it's definitely higher than the shirt, so I'm gonna put it here in A tier. All right, next up we have possibly my favorite item, and it is the drinkware. The 4-pack of drinkware, 14-ounce cups that are the pan, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender flag. And for one, holy shit, pansexual representation. Oh my god. Like, and it looks good too. I mean, the yellow gets a little bit muddy and looks a little bit green, but that's just what's gonna happen when you have that ombre look. But for $10, like, shit, I would absolutely buy this. I would buy more than 1 pack of it. This is, it's so good. It's just like, the reason why I even wanted to review these is because I saw these on Twitter, and I was like, I love them. I'm in love with them, and I want them so badly. And I am this close to buying them. This fucking close. I am this close to looking on Target's website and seeing if they're still available. So, needless to say, I love them. I love the colors. I like how they executed it. I'm not entirely sure why they did all the flags correctly, and then kind of just did the trans flag with it's just a gradient of the 3 colors that are in the flag and not the actual flag itself. But I guess that is, I don't know. I feel like a lot of designs do that, so it doesn't really dock off any points for me. So I am happy to say JD's and Littleman, this is our first S tier. This is an S tier item, and I want it, and you guys should buy it for me, actually. You guys should definitely give me $10 so I can buy it. Anyways, next up we have this tank top. All right. So I have a few things to say about it. I can see I can see what they were going for 100% here. However, do I have a dead pixel on my screen? Are you serious? Okay, good. No, it's not. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god. It went away. Alright, anyways. What was the thing? Right. I could see the design they were going for. I've never been a huge fan, personally, of the splitting a word in half and having it, like, staggered. I think it kind of gives, like, when you make, like, a happy birthday banner, and you, like, I think John Mulaney did, like, a whole bit about this, about you start, like, really big, and then, like, you realize, ah, shit, I don't have enough room, and so you have to, like, squeeze in the other letters. That kind of feels like what they did, but, like, on purpose, and it's, like, I don't know. I like the upside down rainbow as the U. I think that's, I haven't really seen that very often, so I think that's, like, it's okay. And it definitely looks like it'd be pretty comfortable. I can't really tell what kind of material it is. I'm not sure if $15 is good for such a simple design, but there's definitely worse out there. I don't think it's good, I don't think it's bad, so it's gonna be a solid middle-of-the-road C for me. Alright, next up, we have the Pride chair. They have an outdoor set. There's a few different ones in this set, but they're kind of scattered through here. So, okay, this chair. I think I like it. I'm not sure if it entirely gives pride, it kind of gives off more of a 60s, 70s vibe to me. But you know, we are all for a more subtle Pride merchandise. Not everything has to be loud and proud and in your face. So I don't think that's necessarily a downside. And not to say that such an aesthetic is not appealing, because it is. I mean, it's popular for a reason. It's appealing. So I think in that regard, there's definitely not a negative about it. It just, I kind of like how it's very muted, subtle Pride merch. I like the color of yellow. I'm in love with that color of yellow. Love it. And for $35, I feel like that's, I mean, I've never bought a fucking outdoor folding chair before, so I have no frame of reference, but I feel like $35 is pretty, reasonable for, like, a camp chair. I feel like that's not too bad, not too high, not too low. You'd be assured that it wouldn't fall apart on you, but it's not so expensive that it's like, man, they're just scamming me. It looks like, I can't really tell what this is. It looks like it might have like a little pocket off to the side in favor of having the armrests. I actually wouldn't mind that it doesn't have armrests. I perch, I like cross my legs, so being able to sit in a chair where I could cross my legs would actually be really nice. I definitely wouldn't be opposed to that. Would I buy it? I'm not much of a camper, so I don't think I would, but I might gift it to somebody. I think I would give this, like, whole set, maybe, to somebody. But personally, I don't think I would buy it for myself because I don't really go anywhere. But I think as an item, I think on its own, it's definitely really cute. I like it. I'm going to put it in A tier. Okay, next up, we have the collapsible folding wagon. It's part of the same set. I love it. For one, we've got the execution of the progress flag hundreds of times better in this item. This is like the first time they really get it good and it blends in. It doesn't feel out of place for being there. It doesn't feel like the colors were put in last minute. I can see why they didn't put the brown stripe. Or like the black stripe. I can see like why they would leave it out, but they've got the, it's kind of hard to see, but you've got the pastel blue and pink down here for the trans flag, so it's definitely meant to represent that, the progress flag. And I really like the execution of it. I don't know how big it is. I didn't look. But I'm assuming it's pretty decently sized. And in my opinion, I mean, obviously, I've also never bought one of these. I don't know how much they are usually, but I feel like $100 isn't also that bad. It looks pretty sturdy. I like it's pretty well reinforced there. It doesn't look like it's gonna fall apart too easily, but also feels like it's probably going to be pretty easy to fold up, to collapse and be portable. Looks like the handle is at kind of a good size too. It's a good height, so I think personally I wouldn't mind buying this if I had $100 to buy it. I really like how it looks. I think $100 is worth the price. I think aesthetically it looks very nice. I would definitely give it to somebody as a gift. So we're gonna put this above the chair in A tier. So next up we have this bag. It's a crossbody bag, and okay, I have some thoughts. This also applies to a bag I saw recently. Someone was doing a bag of this similar type of style with, it has both the purse strap and also like a crossbody strap. I dislike that. Personally, this is my opinion. You're obviously free to feel whatever you want about such style of bag. But for me, I think having, I don't know. I feel like personally, I would never have the crossbody part because I would not like this part always like sticking up and like poking into me. Like that wouldn't be, I don't know. I don't think it looks very nice. Once again, we've got kind of the random inclusion of the pink and the brown, and it doesn't really work again. Because I don't know. They keep trying to add this progress flag in here, and they're just not executing it well. I like the muted colors. It's, the fringe is kind of stupid though. I don't know. I don't like the fringe, personally. I don't know. All around, this is just not a very good bag. For $20, I could see it being worth $20, definitely. But I wouldn't buy it, and I wouldn't give it to anybody, personally. So, for that reason, it's going to go into D tier, but it is going to go above the rainbow bag, the other one, because I feel like it was executed better. Next, we have these string lights. And I didn't get more than one picture, but I fucking love string lights. I love string lights. I love them. I've used different kinds of string lights for years now. And I love them. I don't have a picture of the actual, here, let me, it's loading, hold on. You have to give it a moment. You're kind of a spoiler for all this stuff, but I'm just trying to find it. It all saved kind of out of order, so... Maybe they're all sold out of it, I don't know. I just want the Pride stuff. In general. Here we go. So here's a better... Here's a better picture of what they look like. They definitely, they aren't super long, I don't think. It's a little under 16 feet, but you can connect them together to make them longer, and being only $15, I think that's definitely a steal. Though while we're here, I'm so sad. I figured they wouldn't be available. Damn. That's fine. Whatever. Anyways, as I was saying, I love them. I think definitely for the price, for what you get is really good. So this is going to be another S tier. Okay. So next up, we have this card. I don't know. I've never been one to like cards in particular, so I don't have like too much of an opinion. I think that the gradient on the card could have been executed far better, personally, because there's just like an abundance of green here, and it doesn't really, I feel like the yellow could have been stronger. It just kind of blends together in like a bad way. I don't know why this is pink. I don't know why the back is green. Like, I don't know. It's okay. I don't think I would give it to anybody, but I wouldn't be upset if somebody gave this to me. And for $5, there's not a whole lot you can expect. I think that this is a B tier, personally. Next up, we have this. Now, here is where they're starting to cook once more. Because we're gonna like zoom in a little bit. It's kind of blurry, but look, I mean, oh my god. It's got plants, it's got mushrooms, and it's got crystals and like sparkle. Listen, guys, I would absolutely wear this. This looks comfortable. It's cheap, but not so cheap that you're like, wow, that's gonna suck, because I feel like Target brand shirts are actually pretty comfortable, from what I remember. So it'd be pretty comfortable. I love the design. It's clearly got the trans flag theming going on, but it's very subtle, so I feel like most people wouldn't know what it's for, unless they knew what to look for. So we've got subtle pride merch with pretty colors, pretty design, good price, and I would absolutely wear it. 100%. I want this right now, actually. It's got... I think that this is a good example of a very well executed design that genuinely feels like it has some love behind it, if that makes sense. That it has actual love and care put behind it, and it's not, it always is going to be a corporate cash grab, but this one feels not quite as corporate. That's the only way I can describe it. It doesn't feel as corporate. And so once again, we're going to put this in S tier above all, because I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Okay. Okay, I guess these get mixed up. That's fine. Next up, we have this shirt. The Love is Love, classic Love is Love. I feel like they might have had it in more than one color, but I don't remember at this point. This one is navy blue. And again, I see what they're going for. Love is Love is very classic LGBTQ plus phrase. Love is love. But I just, again, I feel like the back, I don't know what you'd call it. The 3D effect is too large, and over here with the yellow, the white and yellow kind of blend together and makes it a little bit unreadable. You know what it says by intuition, like you can kind of infer what it says based on it being Pride merch, but I think it's just, I don't know. I don't particularly like the execution of it. I don't think I would wear this. I think it's $15 is a reasonable price. I think all the shirts are $15. So it's definitely, you know, I think it's fine. Could be a lot worse. And for that reason, we're going to plop this into a solid C. Alright. Next up, we have got this, which you can't really see what it is, so we're gonna have to reopen the Target page. To find it. Just gonna have to give it a minute. Okay. Now I have to find, here we go. Okay. So, I believe it only has the one color. And it is this pinkish purple color. It doesn't show what it looks like in a dark room, only in a very well lit room. And I don't know. I don't think it is worth $50. I could see it being worth half that, if even. It seems kind of lazy. It feels like it's overcharging. And it's such a simple design for $50. Like, it's just words. No fun fonts or anything. I think they could have done a lot better with this. I don't really like it. I wouldn't give it to anybody. So it's gonna go into a D tier. Here. Okay, next up we've got the mug. I don't know. Again, this doesn't give pride to me. I mean, Love Loud obviously could be seen as like a pride thing, but I don't know. The colors aren't giving pride. I can see how they're kind of going with that gold and yellow theme that they have with a few other items, so I think it's just meant to blend in with those items. But oh my god, I have mascara on my face, I forgot. Ugh. Ugh. I think in terms of it being a pride item, I just don't see it. It's cute. It's a mug. I mean, a mug is a mug. Who really cares, right? It's $5. I think, like, it's one of those things, like, if I went into Target looking for a mug, and this is the only one that they had, I would buy it. Just because it's a mug. But I wouldn't buy it specifically because of the design, and I certainly wouldn't pick it over anything else. So I think that lands it in a very solid C tier. Now, before we continue on, there is something that I want to do. So I don't talk about a whole lot, kind of what I was like, what I did before I started live streaming, but high school was rough on me. I don't like to go into it a whole lot, but I, like many, non-straight children, I had my moments of crisis. I was dealing with pretty heavy depression, which I'd already been dealing with in middle school, but it got even worse in high school, as it does with many people. You know, I didn't really feel, living in a small town, that I had anybody who I could talk to. And it's not that my grandparents aren't supportive. I don't want to ever give that impression, because they are, and they love me for who I am, regardless of who I am. But they're old. They don't understand. They don't understand. They didn't then, they don't now. And I had a therapist eventually, but at this point I didn't yet. And I was working at my first job, and I'll admit I grew up pretty privileged. I grew up not having to do chores, not having to cook for myself, not having to clean, basically anything. I had everything done for me, and I fully admit I was a privileged kid, and because of that I didn't really know how to do a whole lot of stuff. Cleaning I barely understood how to do. In terms of mopping, we don't even own a mop. We don't have floors that you can mop, so I never knew how. And I remember that night, they screamed at me because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was just so frustrated and so upset, and I didn't understand why they were so cruel to me for something that wasn't my fault. It wasn't like I wasn't willing to learn. And I decided to quit that night. But I don't know, it broke something in me. You know, being this little 16-year-old, having their first job, being away from home longer than they ever had been before, without their grandparents. I was scared. And I had some pretty scary thoughts, I'll be honest. And I hadn't yet come out to my grandparents, not really. So I didn't really know who to talk to. I didn't know who to go to. And so that night, before I drove home in that dingy little parking lot at the McDonald's that I worked at, I looked up a suicide hotline and I found the Trevor Project. And I called their hotline that night, and I talked for probably 2 hours. And I think it's pretty safe to say that the Trevor Project is definitely one of the reasons that I'm still here today. Why I'm sitting here in front of this camera at this desk doing this live stream. And I don't have a lot of money. I feel like I've made that clear a lot. I'm in between jobs. I don't really have a whole lot to give. But I have something this year, and I felt like it'd be wrong of me to not give something. So, as you can see here, I've already put in all my information, and I'm going to give $20 to the Trevor Project. I encourage you to give as well, if you can. What you can, if you can. Only give what you're able to, if you are able to. But I highly encourage you to do so, because the Trevor Project is such a lovely thing. So we're gonna go ahead and click donate. It's processing at the moment. I want to do this live on stream. I am ready to. Okay. So there's donation. I'm going to go ahead and so we're gonna kind of go over this. According to Trevor research, when LGBTQ+ young people feel accepted by just one adult, their odds of attempting suicide are much lower. This life-saving power of affirmation is why we chose Pride in Action as our theme for Pride this June. Building a world where LGBTQ+ young people see a bright future for themselves will take all of us. But change starts with one person taking action. If you've never really looked into the Trevor Project, that's kind of their whole thing. It's just a lovely thing. It's a lovely project, and I think it's just really lovely. Please give if you are able to. Anyways. Sorry for the interruption there. That's just something I wanted to do this stream. I've kind of talked about it. I am definitely a little sad that nobody else wanted to donate through me, but I feel proud of myself for doing it. I'm just gonna confirm that went through. Yep. Alrighty. Sorry for getting all sad and weird on you guys. Let's move on. Alrighty. Next up, we have got this thing. Okay. So, okay. And these are pajamas. If you couldn't tell, they're pajamas. I don't really know what material they're made out of, but looking simply at the design, I don't like it. I see what they were going for. It's too busy. There's too much going on here. It's like, you know, like, there's just way too much going on here. We're going back into the light. Woo! There's just too much going on, and I don't know. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't give it to anybody. I've seen far better. And I'm just not a huge fan of button up or button down. I don't know the fucking difference. Buttoned shirts for pajamas. As somebody who's a little bit bigger, it often means that it's like pressing against me at night. It's so uncomfortable. So I've just never been a fan of it before. And for that, we're just gonna have to put it in a D. But we're gonna put it, I think, above the sign here. Okay. So I have some thoughts about this. I don't remember what this said, but I don't think it's important. How is this Pride? It's a blue nightgown sleep shirt. That's all it is. And for $25, I mean, I don't know. It looks like kind of, I'm not good with fabrics, but like a satin type material, which is just so uncomfortable, in my opinion. It always makes me like all feel all gross and weird. And again, we've got the buttons, and I don't know. This doesn't give Pride like at all. I don't see how this relates to Pride. So it is going into F tier. 100%. These are like really out of order. Anyways, now we have these pajamas. So these are definitely, I think it says Sleepy Gay on it, which is fine, I guess. I think as pajamas, they're okay. Again, with the buttons, I don't like the buttons. I feel like this wouldn't be super comfortable. I like the design of them, but I feel like if it was a different material, maybe I would like it more. And again, I don't see, outside of Sleepy Gay, how it even relates to Pride Month. Like, I don't know, but I do like it better than I like the other one, so we're gonna go ahead and put this into D tier. Next we have, okay. So I don't actually know what the Fluid project is. I'll just be transparent about that. I'm gonna look it up. I figured I would do it on stream and we figured it out together. Okay. Let's see what this is about. See what their whole thing is. I don't understand what they're... Yeah, see, about us. Let's see what their whole deal is. Okay. So it seems to be their whole goal is to make clothing that is not just gender neutral, but all neutral. You know, not making clothes for any particular person, just different sizes and nothing else. Which I agree with. I think that's a good goal. I think definitely the whole concept of women's and men's shirts is a little tiny bit silly. I don't know. I get that, like, women and men are built differently, but they don't have to be women's and men's shirts. They could just be shirts that are different. You know, I don't think there needs to be such a distinction. As for this being a Pride shirt, I think the only Pride that's really about it is the rainbow coloring, which I don't actually mind in this case. Again, subtle Pride merch is definitely always, always a need for people who may not be able to express themselves so freely, to give them that deniability. And obviously, if it's really that unsafe, you shouldn't be doing it. As cruel as that is to say that you can't express yourself, but if it really is that dangerous, if you're a child, you shouldn't be. And it's sad, but I think waiting until you're in a safe environment to be so open is much better. Don't put yourself in danger just for your identity. But in terms of having subtle pride merch, I think it's definitely, I prefer it. I would prefer something that's more subtle and not so out loud and proud. That's just me. I think as a design, definitely I like it. I think it's cute. It looks like it'd be pretty comfortable. I like the neutral color in the background that frames it all. So I'm gonna put this in A tier. Next up, we have this bag. Now, this is where they actually have the real progress flag. Yeah, kind of. They missed the intersex part, but that's okay. That's fine. It is a crossbody bag, so it's not like a backpack with the two straps. It's just crossbody. I like it. I think it's simple. I think for $20 and what I presume is a pretty generous size, I think it's definitely worth it. Personally. I like that they finally got the fucking flag right. Because I see what they were trying to do before, but they just didn't execute it, and this is executed much better. It looks like it has some pretty decent storage. We got at least 3 pockets here, and possibly even one on the inside. I think it's a decent little bag for being $20. I'm not sure how long it would last, but I think it's good, for what it is. So, I think I'm gonna put this in A tier. Next, we've got these bike shorts. Now, okay. I said that I'm all for subtle pride. But this isn't the way to do it. Once again, it feels like we just have the inclusion of random pink, and I can't even tell if that's supposed to be orange or brown. It just kind of feels like someone took a mess of shoelaces and sewed it onto some pants, some bike shorts. This is not how you do subtle pride merch, in my opinion. There are far better ways to do it, and this isn't it. In my opinion. I like, no hate to you if you'd like such a thing, but I personally think that the execution is just bad here, and so it is going into a D tier. Next up, we have these. Now, okay. Listen to me here. So, okay. Once again, we've got the brown and the pink. That seems to be their whole thing, is adding this brown and pink stripe. Which is fine. I think it works better here than it works in other places. But also, it's just a lot. It's just kind of a lot. I don't think I personally would wear it. I think it's for $22 having... This is just a shirt, by the way. I didn't know if I made that clear. So we can look at it as just a shirt. This one is just a shirt, and then we could just assume. But this is a review for both as a set. So it could be a lot worse, definitely, but I think it's just too much. I like the stripes work, but at the same time, having it on both the top and the bottoms, I could see this maybe being like beach wear, which seems to be kind of their theme, is like beach wear. This time around, we have a lot of beach wear type outfits and items, so that might be their theme this year. I don't know. And it's fine. I don't think it's good or bad, really. I think it could be better and it could be worse, so this is going to go into a solid C. Next up, we have this. This counts for both the top and the bottom. Now, this is where I think having the stripes on the top and bottom works. Again, this is very subtle. I would not immediately assume that this is Pride. Just by looking at it, it gives again that kind of 60s, 70s look. And I think it's cute. I wouldn't personally wear it because of my size, and I'm insecure about my size. But I think I would give this to like a friend, or I think other people might like it. I wouldn't wear it, but that's not because I don't like it. I do. I think it looks really cute. I think the design is well executed. Also, when you're bigger like me, wearing horizontal stripes is not a good idea. It makes you look fat, even more so than you already are. Obviously wear what you want, but personally, I just don't like the way it makes me look. But I think it's cute. $20 is definitely for a shirt is definitely not bad at all. It seems, from what I could tell, when I took the picture, it was definitely it was a nice quality material, so I think that it's pretty good. So I think I'm gonna put it in A tier. Next up we have, going kind of fast. This is gonna be a short stream. Okay. Now, okay. So this is a dress, I think. I like it more than I like the shorts. I think it works better here. I am going to quickly go and confirm that this is a dress. So if you will just give me a moment to do that. Just want to confirm. Yes, it is a dress. And yeah, it's a dress. This picture doesn't quite do it justice, but I think it's cute. I think it's executed a lot better here. I think even I would wear it. For it being $35 for such a thing, I think this would be really cute to wear to a beach or a pool, kind of have on as over your swimsuit. I think it could work for a relaxing day near the water. I like it. I think it's cute. I think it's well executed. Again, the stripes work better here than they do in other places. The brown and pink doesn't quite feel out of place. I feel like it even rounds out kind of the rainbow and doesn't make it look so in your face rainbow. Even though it definitely is still rainbow. So I actually really like this, and I'm gonna go put this in, we're gonna put this above the shirt here in A tier. Okay, next up we have this. There is this. So, okay. I don't know. I don't hate it. Being $25 for a hoodie is pretty nice. One of my favorite hoodies I've ever had was $25, and it was pretty nice. This looks like it'd be a nice, thin material, so it wouldn't be too hot. But I hate the peace sign. I like the color of the base hoodie, and I think the peace sign could work for any other color, but it just doesn't work here. It doesn't work here. This green and this green do not go together. They just don't. They don't go together at all. Every other color looks more or less fine with this, except maybe the blue and the green just don't. go. They just don't. So I do see the vision here, but I'm sadly going to have to put this into C tier. I think it could be a lot worse, but it's going into C tier. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is an example of the peace sign where it should be. It works so much better against this off eggshell kind of color that this is definitely where it works. I think it works a lot better here. I would buy this. This is cute. I love this. It's $15 like most of the other shirts. I think it's really cute. I assume it'd be pretty comfortable. So, personally, I like this a lot better than I like the hoodie. I would wear this today. I'd be wearing it right now. I'd be honest with you. It's subtle Pride merch. Unless you knew it was Pride, I don't think you would immediately assume that it was. I think it just looks like a rainbow peace sign, which can be just a rainbow peace sign. So I really like it. I like that this is one of the gender neutral options, so it's not like a man's or woman's shirt, it's just a shirt. I really like that about it. So because of that, all those factors, we are going to put this into A tier. Almost S tier, but it's not quite S tier, in my opinion. Next we've got this. Now, okay. I 100% see what they were going for here. Having the progress flag, which we appreciate. But it simply does not look good in arc rainbow form. It just doesn't work here. And with it being a cropped shirt, I kind of hate how, like, everything is cropped these days. The shirt I'm wearing is a cropped shirt, and I hate it. I just wore it because it matches kind of the thing. So, like, I don't know. I think this is just really simple, but, like, not in a good way. And the rainbow just does not look very good, in my opinion. But I also don't think it's all that bad. I think it's a good, solid middle of the road C. Next up, we have the doormat. Alright. I like this. Personally. Again, it just looks like a rainbow. I don't think you would immediately assume that it was a Pride thing, which is, I like that, personally. I like, again, that 60s, 70s feel. That vintage type feel. That it has. I think that this is slightly bigger than the other one. Looks like to be the same material, just like kind of what you'd expect a doormat to be made of. And for $15, I feel like it's definitely like you get what you pay for. I don't know if I like this quite as much as the other one, but I definitely don't hate it. So it's going to go right under it in A tier. Next up. Okay. Once again, we have this rope, and it's reversible, so I'm assuming that's what it looks like on the inside. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. Like, I'm sorry, it just doesn't work here. There's an ad break, but I don't know if anyone's even watching, so I'm gonna keep going. It just doesn't work here. I'm sorry. Again, they have this weird blue color, which I don't understand. Like, if this is meant to represent, like, trans, I don't understand how. If it's meant to represent the pan flag, it's not the right colors. And I don't understand why it would make the pink and the yellow, like, pastel and not the blue. Because if it is the pan flag, then the blue is kind of the right color, but the other two are not even close. So it doesn't really work for that either, if that's what it's supposed to be. So, like, I'm afraid that once again, they've just kind of failed on the pajama front. So I'm gonna have to put this in F tier. Sadly. Sadly, that goes in F tier. Next we have the mug, which is just like the mat. I think it's cute. I like it personally. I like it a lot more than the other mug that we've seen. I would definitely buy it for its design. I already talked about why I like the design of the safe space, and why I like that. So this is a pretty easy A for me. Don't have a whole lot to say about it. So it's gonna go here, up here with the doormat. Okay, so this is a cooler. This is a soft-sided cooler, and is also one of the only times they use the brown and the black stripe in one of these designs. And I think it really works here. Unlike in other places, I think it really does work here. And it again gives that vintage type feel, and it follows the rest of the set that it's in. It's cute. I would use this as a cooler. I think it's great. I love it. I'd buy it today. I love it. It's subtle. I think if you didn't know if that it was a Pride thing like the other ones, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't assume that it was. Looks like it's got like a double zipper here. So that's nice. It's like I said, it's a soft-sided cooler. I always like soft-sided coolers whenever you don't have anything that you need to. They're a lot more portable in my opinion. As someone who's used both. So I actually really like this. I think this is executed some of the best out of all of them. But again, I don't think it's quite S tier. It's going to go in A tier. And we're gonna go ahead and scroll up a little bit so it's all in frame. Okay. Next up after the cooler, we've got sunglasses. Now they have a few of these sunglasses, but I'm just gonna review this one. I don't like it. It feels like the cheapest of cash grabs here, slapping a rainbow tint on some cheap sunglasses. And I do mean cheap. I mean, they're $3. I think it would only be good for like a photo shoot. Like a silly with your friend's photo shoot. But as actual wearable sunglasses, never. Once again, they've kind of fucked up the gradient. And it looks so green and muddy here because of the yellow that they've chosen. It just doesn't work. I like the blue that they used, but I don't know. I've seen the other colors and I don't particularly like any of them. It's the cheapest of cash grabs in my opinion, and it just doesn't work. So it's going to be in F tier. Next up, we've got this one. As a mug design, I don't know. It's $5 like the other mugs. It says support all your sisters, and I love the sentiment here. It's a cute message. And isn't necessarily Pride related. It is supposed to be, but I don't think one could. I don't think like at first glance, not if you didn't know that it was Pride merch again, I don't think you would assume it was. It's another one of those cases where I don't think I would buy it for its design, but I would buy it if it was there. Simply because it's a mug. I like the pink of the background. That's like one of my favorite shades of pink. I love it so much. So I think just like its cousin here with this other mug, I think we're going to plop this above the other mug in C tier. I think that's what we're gonna go with here. Next up, we have this cropped hoodie. I have a loathing for cropped hoodies. As somebody who fairly recently, within the past few years, has been trying to find more hoodies for something that's affordable, why is everyone cropping their goddamn hoodies? I don't understand it. I don't know. The appeal for hoodies for me is the bagginess of them, how it sits around you. You don't need to show off your stomach with a hoodie. If you want to do that, get a crop top. or it's something. Don't mess up a perfectly good hoodie. So I already am docking points just for that. But the other thing I don't like here is I don't really understand what the green is doing here. If it's another pride flag, I'm sorry. But I don't like, I mean, this is obviously supposed to be like trans, but and if like this might be bi, but I don't know what this could be. It seems like the green is kind of a random inclusion. And if these are representatives of the trans femme and trans masc flags, then that's great. But then again, I don't know what the green is doing here. It feels like a very random inclusion that muddies up the design and doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I think because of that green and because it's a cropped hoodie, I can't give it anything higher than a C. I can't. It's a high C. Don't get me wrong, but I think I can't make it anything higher than a C. So we're on to the last two here. We have this pride shirt. Now, this one I actually like. In terms of using this pride design. I've always kind of liked the pride type designs. And normally I wouldn't like the random colors, but I think again here it works. It could have been executed a tiny bit better, but I understand that they were just working with what they had because pride only has 5 letters and the flag has the original rainbow flag, the one that we use, the main gay flag, is 6 colors. And then plus progress flag adding another 5. And obviously we don't include the yellow. That is already part of the design. So I think it's cute. I would probably wear it if someone bought it for me, but I don't know if I would buy it myself. For $15, I feel like it's definitely a reasonable price, just like the other ones. So I'm going to say that this one is a solid B above the card. Now we are on to our last shirt, and right off the bat, I love the message, obviously, that you are loved, but as a shirt, I don't think it works. It's blurry, and I apologize for that, but as you can see, we've got the rainbow pride flag and then the trans flag. It seems that it's just meant to be the rainbow and the trans flag and not the progress flag, which is fine. Even if it's in the style of that. I don't like this weird font that they keep going with. It looks like they literally like typed it up in Google Docs or something and then slapped on that heart last minute. It feels lazy and rushed, in my opinion. I do like that pink. I've said I like that pink, but I think here it just, I don't know. It feels like something that someone made in 5 minutes. There doesn't feel like there's any care or love behind it. And that's a big deal for me. Again, for $15, I feel like it's worth that. It's just a Target shirt, like most of their shirts are $15. But I don't know. I'm not feeling it personally. So, as our final ranking, it is going into D. So, that is all of our rankings here. I'm gonna turn this off so you guys can actually see what we've got here. So, surprisingly, only a couple in B, and less in D and F than I thought there would be. It's not bad this year. I've seen far worse designs for Pride merch. I still desperately want those cups, but they're not available. And as for that shirt, I also want that shirt. So, if anybody does have them available in their area and you want to get them for me, you can do that. Wink, wink, nudge, wink, wink. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. I'm kidding, of course. Please don't spend money on me. I'd feel bad. But yeah. I know this is a much shorter stream. I didn't figure it would go on for very long, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull you guys over here. I got my pretty pride makeup. I actually worked really hard on this. I'm even wearing mascara, guys. I mean, you can't see it because my lashes are so long and luscious already. But I did all this for you. I did all this for you guys. I also have this dumb vocal fry, which I hate. You know the fact that my hair is dumb today. Also, I don't know if you guys even could notice it, but I have red hair. I don't know if I mentioned it last time. I think I did. I have reddish hair now. This flag is only gonna be up for today. Because personally, I actually don't feel like it represents me, anymore. I don't really know what my romantic orientation is anymore. I know I'm asexual. I've known that for a long time. And there is like a pan-romantic flag, but most places don't sell it. So I ended up with just a pansexual flag. And I just don't feel like it represents me anymore. So if you're watching this and you are willing to give me an address to send it to, I'm giving away this flag for free. So if you want it, shoot me a DM and I will send it to you. If you are out of the US, I'm going to have you pay for shipping, simply because it will be a lot for me, and I don't have a whole lot of money. I will pay for shipping if it's in the US, but if you're outside the US, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ask you to pay for shipping. But other than that, it's basically free. So who doesn't want a free pride flag, basically? If I had more money, I would definitely cover shipping, but with some places, it's just a lot. Anyways, I'm sorry that I got kind of emotional this stream, just like a little bit. You know, I've talked about how like the Trevor Project means a lot to me. This is definitely something I want to do more than once. I kind of want to do something for Pride every year, if I can, if I'm still here. Streaming next year. I want to do something as well. Maybe something a bit flashier. This is about all I'm able to do, with what I have now. But yeah. This was a fun stream. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys like my makeup as well. I'm still just like gushing over it. I'm really proud of it as somebody who doesn't really do makeup. I'm really proud of it. I gotta go through my whole spiel. You guys kind of know the drill at this point. If you like the stream and you haven't already, drop a follow because every follower helps. I'm currently trying to hit 100 followers. Just because. So, you know, you can turn on my notifications, though if you'd like to be notified every time I go live and upload on YouTube, and soon every time I go live on TikTok, then, you can join the Discord server, linked on my profile. If for whatever reason that link is not working for you, go ahead and shoot me a DM on Twitch and I will get you an invite link that way. If you are watching this through YouTube, through the VOD channel, hi YouTube viewers, hello, then you can add me in Discord at Real Tempest Gaming, and I will get you an invite link sent through there. The Discord server is where you can be notified every time I go live and upload. You get announcements before any of my other social media. So if I have to give an announcement about changes to schedule or anything like that, any delays in streaming, you guys would be the first to know. So that's a good place to be. And also you can suggest future streams, both whether it be reactions or games. Unless it's like a $70 game, I'm probably gonna play it eventually, so please feel free to suggest anything. Obviously look at the VODs channel to see if I've already played it, or you can ask me if I've already played something. I will sometimes replay things I've already played before, but not very often. There's only a few exceptions to that. So there's that. If you've looked down here this whole time, I have had socials flashing. I have a TikTok, as you can see, and I have an Instagram, where I post cosplay and art content. TikTok is more for videos and for speed paint type stuff, unfinished art, and then my Instagram is for cosplay photos and finished art. So they have the same URL here, same username, Mine Finished Sunrise on TikTok and Instagram. As you saw, I have the main YouTube channel, Tempest Gaming YT, where I am going to be uploading a Minecraft-related video sometime this year, and also I'm going to start playing Phoenix Wright, so keep an eye out for that. At some point, after I get back from my trip to the lake, I'm going to be recording the first episode of that. As you saw, I also have a Twitter, which is Tempest Gaming YT. You can follow me there if you want to. I just kind of fuck around over there. I don't really do a whole lot. There's not really a whole lot to see there. If you've looked in the chat recently, you would see that I have a link, which I'm also posting again here, for commissions. I am currently doing commissions. Right now, the only ones that are available are a flat color or a shaded option for a My Little Pony Your Character Here base that I made. There's some examples on the website on Ko-fi, I think is how you say it, Ko-fi. And I'm going to be putting up proper commissions sometime this week. I'm gonna just be working on some examples and stuff to put on the website. But keep an eye out for that. I'll have that announced in my Discord and on Twitter, and then eventually on TikTok and Instagram, so keep an eye out for those. I think that's everything, so we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Hope you guys had a good day. I'm having a good day, evening, night, whatever it is for you. Hope you have a good one. Hope you had a lovely Pride Month this year. And hopefully you stick around for another year to see me next Pride. We will be streaming one more time this month. Tomorrow we'll be streaming at 6 p.m. CST to finish Greylock, because we did not finish it that one day. There's only 3 videos left, and then I'm probably going to tonight rewatch all the ones that I watched before, and then I can go in tomorrow with a fresh mind. And then afterwards, I will talk about my theory for what I think is going on. Go all MatPat game theory on ya. So, yeah. With all that being said, I'm gonna log off because I'm hungry and tired and I need to get this makeup off my face. So, again, with all that being said, this is Tempest, signing off for the night. Bye!